Ladies and gentlemen, in a world that moves at breakneck speed, patience is often overlooked, misunderstood, and underappreciated. But today, I want to remind you of a powerful truth. Patience is not weakness. Patience is power. Those who wait, not idly, but wisely, observing, preparing, calculating, are often the ones who win. Not just any win, but smart, lasting victories. Think of the lion in the grasslands, not chasing every shadow, but waiting, quietly, precisely, for the perfect moment to strike. When it moves, it doesn't miss. That's not luck. That's strategy backed by patience. Too many jump too soon, driven by emotion, pride, or fear. They make noise, they lose focus, but the patient person watches, learns, times the move, then strikes hard, with clarity, with confidence, with purpose. This is not about being passive, it's about being prepared. It's not about sitting back, it's about setting up. Patience is the discipline to resist distractions, the wisdom to act only when the odds are in your favor, and the strength to wait when every part of you wants to rush in. Too often, patience is misunderstood as a passive state, a form of inactivity, waiting helplessly for things to happen. People mistakenly equate patience with weakness or indecision. They think someone who is patient is simply sitting around, doing nothing, hoping for luck to strike. But this couldn't be further from the truth. True patience is a highly active, deeply strategic stance. It requires discipline, awareness, and a clear vision of the goal ahead. Being patient means having the self-control to delay immediate gratification or impulsive actions, especially when you feel pressure to act. This is no easy task. It demands strength, mental, emotional, and often physical. It's about holding your position with purpose, knowing that your moment will come. The patient person doesn't just wait, they prepare, sharpen their skills, and build their resources quietly in the background. When we talk about strategy, we think of careful planning, assessing risks, calculating moves, and anticipating responses. Patience plays a fundamental role here. It is the invisible hand that guides a strategic mind to hold back, to gather information, and to wait for the optimal moment. It's about understanding that sometimes the best move is no move at all until the conditions are ripe. The strategic patient understands that haste leads to mistakes. In the rush to act, we often overlook crucial details or misread situations. Patience allows a leader or a thinker to pause, reflect, and see the bigger picture. This broader perspective reveals opportunities and threats that might be invisible in the heat of the moment. In essence, patience expands your vision. Moreover, patience creates a margin for error. When you rush, you cut short your learning curve. The strategic patient knows that every moment spent waiting and watching is an investment. They use this time to learn from others' mistakes, to adapt their plans, and to anticipate future challenges. Patience turns waiting into a proactive phase of growth and refinement. Patience also empowers decision making. When urgency clouds judgment, decisions become reactive and short-sighted, but patience provides clarity. It slows down the mind enough to weigh options properly, consider consequences, and choose actions that align with long-term success. This strategic deliberation is what separates impulsive actors from winners. Another aspect of strategic patience is emotional regulation. Patience helps you manage frustration, anxiety, and the fear of missing out. Instead of being controlled by these emotions, a patient individual controls their emotions, channeling them toward a steady focus. This calmness is a strategic advantage in negotiations, conflicts, or competitive environments. In competitive scenarios, whether in business, sports, or personal goals, patience can be a weapon of defense and offense. It lets you conserve energy while your opponents exhaust themselves through premature efforts. When you finally decide to act, your energy is concentrated and your impact maximized. This is not mere waiting, it's tactical conservation. Patience also enables resilience. Sometimes progress is slow, and results are not immediate. A strategic patient person understands that persistence over time is often the key to breakthrough. They are willing to endure delays, setbacks, and obstacles without losing sight of their ultimate aim. This endurance is a cornerstone of strategic patience. In relationships and leadership, patience is equally strategic. Leaders who rush decisions or force outcomes often damage trust and morale. The patient leader listens, understands, and waits for the right moment to implement changes. This creates a stronger foundation for lasting success. Patience in leadership means building consensus and cultivating support before making bold moves. Finally, patience is strategic because it fosters creativity and innovation. When you rush, you rely on known methods and quick fixes, but patient reflection allows your mind to explore new ideas, to experiment cautiously, and to innovate without pressure. This thoughtful incubation period is often where breakthroughs happen. In summary, patience is far from being a passive state. It is a dynamic, strategic approach to life's challenges. It involves strength, discipline, vision, and careful timing. Those who master this form of patience wield a power that impulsiveness can never match. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to mistake noise for progress. We often see people busy, speaking loudly, posting constantly, making many moves, and assume they are moving forward. But activity, especially noisy, flashy activity, is not the same as meaningful progress. Noise is often a distraction, a cover-up for a lack of real results or a lack of clear direction. Noise is the chatter, the endless talking, the constant social media updates, the meetings that go nowhere, and the frantic hustle that sometimes masks uncertainty or indecision. It gives the illusion of effort without the substance of achievement. People who generate noise often confuse visibility with value, volume with victory, but noise by itself rarely leads to lasting success. True progress is often quiet. It's the steady, focused work done behind the scenes, the careful steps that don't make headlines but build strong foundations. Progress requires intentionality, and intentionality requires silence and focus. When you reduce noise, you free your mind to concentrate on what really matters. Noise also scatters your energy. When you try to do too many things at once, or you spread your efforts too thin, the quality of your work suffers. You may appear busy, but your impact diminishes. It's like shouting in a crowded room. Your voice is lost among many others. Real progress comes from focused, sustained effort in the right direction. In business, we see this all the time. Companies that rush to launch every idea, flood their customers with constant messages, or chase every trend without a clear plan often burn out or confuse their audience. On the other hand, successful organizations move deliberately, choosing quality over quantity, depth over breadth, and substance over noise. Noise also leads to burnout, when you constantly feel the pressure to be on and producing visible output. It can drain your motivation and creativity. The silent, steady worker, however, conserves their energy and renews their passion. They understand that rest and reflection are part of progress, not a sign of laziness. Noise can create confusion, both for you and for those around you. When your actions are erratic or your messages unclear, it's hard for others to understand your vision or support your efforts. Quiet consistency builds trust and clarity. People gravitate toward those who demonstrate calm confidence rather than frantic desperation. There's also a psychological aspect. Noise fuels anxiety and impatience. When you are surrounded by constant distractions, it's harder to keep your attention on your goals. Noise breeds doubt and second guessing. Quiet patience, by contrast, nurtures inner peace and confidence, which are essential for long-term progress. Moreover, noise can attract the wrong kind of attention. It may bring followers or fans, but it doesn't guarantee respect or loyalty. Those who seek to impress through noise risk being seen as shallow or unreliable. True leaders and achievers earn respect through their results and character, not their volume. In personal growth, noise can take the form of overthinking, worrying aloud, or seeking constant validation from others. These behaviors distract from the deep, often uncomfortable work of self-improvement. Real growth happens in silence and solitude, through honest reflection and purposeful action. Noise can also mislead you about your actual position. You might believe you are advancing because you are busy, but without measurable outcomes, busy work only wastes time. Patiently tracking your progress and setting clear milestones ensures that your efforts translate into real, tangible growth. Finally, noise can hinder learning. When you fill your environment with constant stimulation, you miss the moments of quiet reflection needed to absorb lessons and make adjustments. Progress depends on learning from experience, which requires calmness and attention, not chaos and distraction. Observation is one of the most underrated skills when it comes to achieving success. In the rush to act, many people forget the value of carefully watching the environment, the people, and the situation before making a move. But patient observation lays the foundation for precision, allowing you to act with accuracy and effectiveness rather than blindly guessing. When you observe patiently, you gather critical information. You notice patterns, trends, and nuances that others miss because they are moving too fast or speaking too loudly. This information is invaluable. It helps you understand the true nature of the challenge or opportunity before you, so your response can be tailored and appropriate. Observation is more than just passive watching. It's active engagement with your surroundings. It means reading body language in negotiations, listening to unspoken concerns in conversations, and tracking subtle shifts in markets or competition. The keen observer is always learning and adjusting, honing their approach with every new insight. Precision is the natural outcome of such observation. When you understand the environment deeply, you can make decisions that hit the target rather than just flailing in hope. Precision reduces waste, whether of time, resources, or effort, because every step is deliberate and calculated. In any high-stakes field, be it sports, business, or warfare, precision often determines success or failure. A sniper patiently observes their target, waiting for the perfect moment to fire. A surgeon carefully watches the patient's response during an operation. In these moments, observation is the difference between hitting the mark or missing it entirely. Moreover, observation sharpens your intuition. Over time, by consistently paying attention to details and outcomes, you develop a gut feeling informed by real experience and data. This intuition allows you to act quickly and decisively when the moment to strike arrives, blending patience with confident action. Observation also helps you anticipate moves. By watching carefully, you can predict what others will do next, whether competitors, customers, or colleagues. This anticipation gives you a strategic advantage. Instead of reacting to events after they happen, you position yourself ahead of them, ready to capitalize on opportunities or neutralize threats. Another important aspect is that observation fosters humility and openness. When you watch quietly, you accept that you don't have all the answers yet. You become a student of the situation, willing to learn and adapt rather than forcing your preconceived ideas on the reality before you. In leadership, observation is critical for understanding team dynamics. A patient leader watches how team members interact, identifies hidden strengths and weaknesses, and gauges morale. This deep awareness allows them to deploy people effectively and resolve conflicts before they escalate. Observation is also a tool for self-awareness. By watching your own reactions and emotions, you gain control over impulsive responses and refine your behavior. This internal precision helps maintain focus and consistency under pressure, essential traits for anyone aiming to win smart. Furthermore, in innovation and creativity, observation sparks new ideas. By noticing what is missing, what frustrates people, or what others overlook, you can develop precise solutions that resonate deeply with your audience. Observation turns raw experience into insight. Lastly, observation supports resilience. When you watch patiently, you notice warning signs early and can adjust course before small problems become disasters. Precision born from observation means you act not just quickly but wisely, protecting your progress and preserving your strength. Emotion is a powerful force that drives human behavior. It can inspire, motivate, and connect us deeply with others. But when it comes to decision making, emotion often clouds judgment, leading to impulsive actions that do not serve our best interests. Patience helps us manage these emotions, allowing clear thinking and better decisions. When emotions run high, whether it's anger, fear, excitement, or frustration, our brain's rational part tends to take a backseat. This is because the emotional centers, especially the amygdala, become dominant. The result is quick reactions based on feelings rather than facts or logic. While this can sometimes protect us in immediate danger, it often sabotages long-term goals. Many people regret decisions made in emotional moments. Whether it's a harsh word spoken in anger or a risky investment made out of greed or fear, these impulsive choices frequently lead to negative consequences. Learning to pause, breathe, and wait before acting helps break this pattern, enabling wiser responses. Patience serves as a buffer between stimulus and response. When you develop the habit of waiting quietly instead of reacting instantly, you create space for your rational mind to assess the situation. This pause is crucial. It's the difference between being controlled by your emotions and controlling them. Moreover, emotion-driven decisions often overlook critical information. Anger can blind us to facts that contradict our feelings, while fear may exaggerate risks and paralyze action. Patience allows you to gather more data, consider alternatives, and weigh pros and cons before committing to a course. In leadership, the impact of emotional decisions can be magnified. A leader who reacts impulsively risks damaging team morale, trust, and credibility. Conversely, a patient leader who manages emotions well models emotional intelligence and inspires confidence even in challenging times. On a personal level, emotional clarity strengthens relationships. Reacting in the heat of the moment can cause misunderstandings, conflict, and hurt feelings. Patience encourages thoughtful communication, listening first, then responding, creating space for empathy and mutual understanding. Emotion can also distort self-perception. In moments of frustration or disappointment, you may doubt your abilities or intentions unfairly. Patience provides perspective, allowing you to step back and see your situation more objectively, reinforcing self-confidence and resilience. Sometimes, emotions like excitement or eagerness push us toward premature action, making us jump into situations before we are fully prepared. This rush can lead to failure or missed opportunities. Patience encourages preparation and timing, ensuring that enthusiasm is balanced with readiness. Emotions can also create biases that skew judgment. Confirmation bias, for example, causes us to favor information that supports our emotional desires and ignore evidence that contradicts them. Patient observation counters this by promoting open-mindedness and critical thinking. Furthermore, patience helps you detach your identity from your emotions. You learn to recognize emotions as passing states rather than permanent truths. This detachment is empowering. It prevents emotions from hijacking your decision-making process. Finally, managing emotions through patience nurtures mental well-being. Chronic emotional reactivity leads to stress, anxiety, and burnout. Cultivating patience builds emotional resilience, helping you stay calm and focused, even under pressure, so you can win smartly. True preparation often takes place away from the spotlight, in quiet moments of reflection, study, and practice. While the world may be drawn to the excitement of action and visible progress, the foundation of any great achievement is built in silence. This silence is where you lay the groundwork for success without distractions or interruptions. Many people underestimate the importance of this silent phase. They crave immediate results, visible efforts, and public recognition. Yet, real preparation is internal and often invisible. It requires discipline to stay focused on your goals without the need for constant validation or applause from others. Silence in preparation allows you to develop skills deeply. Whether it's learning a craft, honing a talent, or mastering knowledge, uninterrupted practice builds competence. This focused effort over time creates a level of expertise that quick bursts of activity cannot achieve. Quiet preparation also gives you the space to reflect on your past experiences and learn from them. Without the noise of external pressures or opinions, you can honestly assess your strengths and weaknesses. This self-awareness is critical to refining your approach and improving your chances of success. In addition, silent preparation fosters creativity. When your mind is free from distractions, it can wander, explore new ideas, and make unexpected connections. Many breakthroughs and innovations emerge not from frantic activity, but from calm, contemplative moments. Patience during this phase is crucial. It can be tempting to rush into action to prove progress or to keep up with others. But preparation done hastily often leads to mistakes and missed opportunities. Waiting quietly ensures that when you do act, you do so with confidence and readiness. The silence also helps you build mental toughness. Preparation is not only about physical or technical skills, but also about cultivating resilience, focus, and emotional balance. These qualities develop best in an environment free from chaos and distractions. In leadership, silent preparation is equally important. Leaders who take time to plan, gather input, and anticipate challenges before making decisions tend to be more effective and respected. They avoid knee-jerk reactions and instead lead with vision and clarity. Silent preparation is a form of respect for yourself, your goals, and the process. It acknowledges that success is a journey, not a sprint. It honors the effort needed to build something lasting, rather than chasing fleeting wins. This phase also allows you to build relationships and networks strategically. Quietly observing and connecting with the right people without rushing creates stronger bonds and mutual trust, which are invaluable in any endeavor. In competitive environments, those who prepare silently often catch others off guard. While many are busy making noise and rushing ahead, the prepared individual steps forward with precision and power. This contrast often leads to decisive victories. Finally, silent preparation cultivates humility. It reminds you that mastery requires patience and perseverance, not just talent or luck. It encourages a mindset of continuous learning and improvement, which is essential for winning smart in any field. In any endeavor, The importance of timing cannot be overstated. The difference between success and failure often hinges not on what you do, but on when you do it. Perfect timing amplifies your efforts and ensures that your actions have the maximum possible impact. Conversely, poor timing can waste resources, energy, and opportunities. Timing requires patience and awareness. You must wait for the right moment when conditions align in your favor before making your move. Acting too early can lead to premature failure, while acting too late can mean missed opportunities. The art of timing is knowing precisely when to step forward and when to hold back. Successful people understand that timing is a skill that must be developed. It comes from experience, observation, and learning to read subtle cues. These cues might be market trends in business, body language in negotiation, or environmental conditions in sports. The patient observer uses these signals to decide the perfect moment to act. Timing is closely linked to preparation. Even if you are perfectly prepared, your success can be compromised if you strike at the wrong time. The patient individual combines readiness with the wisdom to wait, ensuring that all elements are aligned before making a decisive move. In contrast, impulsive actions often reflect poor timing. When driven by urgency, anxiety, or impatience, people tend to act before they are ready. This leads to mistakes, missed details, and inefficient use of resources. Patience gives you the advantage of deliberate timing and thoughtful execution. Timing also influences perception. Striking too soon can make your efforts seem rash or desperate. Waiting for the right moment communicates confidence and control. It shows that you understand the dynamics at play and that you respect the process, which can build trust among allies and intimidate competitors. In negotiations or relationships, timing can be a game changer. Knowing when to speak, when to listen, and when to make an offer can determine outcomes. Rushing negotiations may result in lost deals or broken trust, while strategic timing helps you secure agreements that benefit all parties. Timing matters greatly in leadership as well. Leaders who introduce changes at the wrong moment risk resistance or failure. Those who wait for the right conditions, whether it's the right team readiness, market climate, or organizational culture, are more likely to succeed in implementing their vision. In the natural world, timing is instinctual. Animals hunt when prey is most vulnerable. Plants bloom when conditions are optimal. Humans can learn from this instinct. By attuning yourself to the rhythms and cycles around you, you increase your ability to act with perfect timing. Moreover, timing involves patience during periods of uncertainty. Waiting does not mean inactivity. It means observing, adapting, and preparing for the moment when action is most advantageous. This approach requires trust in the process and confidence in your own readiness. Timing also requires emotional discipline. The temptation to jump in prematurely is often fueled by fear of missing out or impatience. Patience helps you resist these impulses and remain calm and focused until the moment is right. Finally, mastering timing empowers you to create momentum. When you act at the right moment, your efforts are supported by external forces and conditions, making success feel almost inevitable. This alignment of timing and preparation is a powerful formula for winning smart. In any pursuit of success, strength alone is not enough. While power and force can create impact, without precision, those efforts may be wasted or even counterproductive. Striking hard but with precision means combining energy and focus to deliver actions that are both powerful and effective, maximizing results while minimizing unnecessary risks. The concept of striking hard suggests commitment and intensity. When the time comes to act, it's essential to engage fully with all your strength and resources. Half-hearted efforts rarely yield significant outcomes. A decisive, forceful move often creates momentum, disrupts the status quo, and commands attention. However, raw power without direction can be reckless. It's precision that guides the force where it counts the most. Precision is about targeting your efforts with accuracy, hitting the exact points that will yield the greatest advantage. This prevents wasted energy and avoids collateral damage that might set you back. Precision arises from patience, observation, and preparation. Without a deep understanding of the situation and the right timing, your powerful strike might miss the mark or provoke unnecessary resistance. The combination of a well-timed, calculated strike with intensity makes your actions not just loud, but impactful. In combat sports or military strategy, this principle is clear. A fighter or soldier must conserve energy and wait for the perfect opening before delivering a powerful blow. Too early or too broad, an attack risks exhaustion or exposure. A focused, powerful strike exploits weaknesses decisively. In business or negotiations, striking hard with precision means making bold moves that address core issues or leverage key opportunities. Instead of scattering efforts across many fronts, you concentrate on critical areas where impact is greatest, ensuring that your resources are used effectively. Precision also protects your reputation and relationships. An uncalculated aggressive move can damage trust, alienate allies, or create backlash. A precise strike considers not only the immediate effect, but the long-term consequences, helping you maintain credibility and support. Striking with precision demands confidence and clarity. You must believe in your analysis and be clear about your objectives. Hesitation or uncertainty dilutes the force of your actions, allowing opponents to recover or counterattack. When you strike, you must do so decisively and with full commitment. Moreover, the ability to strike hard and precisely often comes from mastering your emotions. It requires control to channel anger, frustration, or excitement into focused energy, rather than letting these feelings cloud your judgment. This emotional discipline ensures your strike is calculated, not reactive. In leadership, this principle translates into decisive decision-making. Leaders who wait patiently, analyze thoroughly, and then act boldly inspire confidence and drive results. Their actions resonate because they are deliberate and impactful, not scattered or impulsive. In creative endeavors, striking hard with precision might mean launching a well-crafted campaign, unveiling a carefully developed product, or delivering a message that resonates deeply. It's about quality combined with force, a powerful expression of your vision and effort. Finally, this approach conserves your strength for the moments that truly matter. By holding back unnecessary battles and focusing your power where it counts, you sustain your ability to strike again and again, winning smartly over the long term. Strategy is the blueprint for success. It outlines the path you will take and the moves you will make to achieve your goals. However, strategy is not a static plan, but a dynamic process that requires constant refinement. Patience plays a crucial role in this refinement, allowing you to sharpen your strategy over time through careful thought and experience. When you rush into action without patience, your strategy is often based on incomplete information or assumptions that haven't been tested. This can lead to missteps and setbacks. Patience encourages you to gather data, analyze trends, and consider various scenarios before committing to a course of action. A patient approach to strategy means you don't simply react to immediate pressures or distractions. Instead, you take a step back to view the bigger picture, understanding the long-term implications of your decisions. This perspective helps you create a strategy that is resilient and adaptable. Patience also fosters creativity in strategic thinking. When you allow yourself time to reflect, new ideas emerge and innovative solutions can be developed. These creative insights often come from moments of quiet contemplation rather than hurried brainstorming sessions. Moreover, a patient strategist learns from experience. Every move you make provides feedback, successes to build on and mistakes to learn from. Patience allows you to absorb these lessons fully, making adjustments that fine-tune your approach and increase your chances of success. Strategy is also about timing, and patience is the key to perfect timing. You develop a sense of when to advance, when to hold back, and when to pivot. This timing can make the difference between capitalizing on an opportunity or missing it entirely. In competitive environments, patience allows you to observe your opponent's strategies, anticipate their moves, and prepare counter strategies. Rushing to execute your own plan without this observation can leave you vulnerable to unexpected challenges. Patience sharpens your ability to prioritize. It helps you identify which objectives and actions will have the greatest impact and focus your resources accordingly. This prevents dilution of effort and ensures that your strategy is both effective and efficient. A sharpened strategy also means better risk management. Patience gives you the time to assess potential risks thoroughly and develop contingency plans. This preparation protects you from avoidable failures and strengthens your overall position. In leadership, patient strategists inspire confidence. Teams rally behind leaders who demonstrate thoughtful planning and deliberate action. This confidence boosts morale and enhances collaboration, which are vital for executing complex strategies. Patience encourages a mindset of continuous improvement. You understand that no strategy is perfect from the start, and ongoing refinement is necessary. This humility and openness to change prevent stagnation and keep your approach aligned with evolving circumstances. Finally, patience in strategy ensures sustainability. Instead of chasing quick wins, you build a solid foundation for long-term success. This approach not only leads to victories, but also to enduring growth and stability. In the journey toward success, endurance is one of the most vital qualities to cultivate. While short bursts of intense effort can produce quick results, they are often unsustainable and may lead to burnout or failure. Endurance, on the other hand, is about maintaining steady, consistent effort over the long haul, which ultimately outlasts fleeting moments of energy. Many people mistake intense but brief spurts of activity for true progress. They push themselves hard in short periods, hoping to achieve rapid gains. However, this approach is like sprinting a marathon. It may get you ahead temporarily, but you are likely to exhaust yourself before the finish line. Endurance builds strength and resilience. When you pace yourself and maintain consistent effort, you develop stamina, both physically and mentally. This stamina enables you to overcome obstacles, stay focused on your goals, and keep moving forward even when faced with setbacks. Patience is deeply connected to endurance. It helps you resist the urge to rush or give up when progress seems slow. By embracing patience, you learn to trust the process and understand that lasting success requires time and persistence. Sustained effort also allows you to refine your skills and strategies continuously. Each day of consistent work provides opportunities to learn, adjust, and improve. This ongoing growth compounds, leading to greater effectiveness and better results over time. Endurance is crucial in competitive environments where challenges are prolonged and unpredictable. Those who can maintain their effort, adapt to changing conditions, and remain mentally tough are often the ones who prevail over those who burn out quickly. Moreover, endurance nurtures discipline. It requires a commitment to routine, self care, and balance to avoid fatigue and maintain motivation. This discipline becomes a foundation for reliability, making you someone others can count on in difficult situations. In relationships and teamwork, endurance helps build trust and loyalty. Consistently showing up and contributing, even when it's hard, strengthens bonds and creates a supportive environment where everyone can thrive. Endurance also protects against discouragement. When progress feels slow or obstacles seem overwhelming, those with endurance keep going, driven by their long-term vision rather than immediate results. This mindset separates winners from quitters. Physical endurance often mirrors mental endurance. Taking care of your body through proper rest, nutrition, and exercise supports your ability to sustain effort. Mental endurance is fortified through stress management, positive mindset, and emotional regulation. Endurance encourages you to celebrate small victories along the way. Recognizing incremental progress keeps motivation high and provides a sense of accomplishment that fuels continued effort. Finally, endurance is what allows you to outlast competition and challenges. While others may tire or lose focus, your steady persistence keeps you in the race. This long-term commitment often leads to success when the initial excitement has faded and only the dedicated remain. Setbacks are inevitable in any meaningful pursuit. They are not signs of failure, but opportunities for growth and learning. Patience enables you to face setbacks with a clear mind, turning obstacles into valuable lessons rather than sources of frustration or defeat. When you encounter a setback, your initial reaction might be disappointment or anger. These emotions are natural, but if they dominate your response, they can cloud your judgment and lead to rash decisions. Patience allows you to step back, regulate your emotions, and analyze the situation objectively. Learning from setbacks requires honest self-reflection. You must be willing to examine what went wrong without blaming external factors or making excuses. This introspection helps identify mistakes, gaps in knowledge, or flaws in strategy that need correction. Setbacks also provide critical feedback. They highlight vulnerabilities in your plans and expose weaknesses you might not have noticed. Viewing setbacks as feedback turns them into a roadmap for improvement rather than roadblocks to success. Patience plays a vital role in this learning process by giving you the time to absorb these lessons fully. Rushing past a setback without understanding its root causes often leads to repeating the same mistakes, perpetuating a cycle of failure. Moreover, setbacks cultivate resilience. Each time you recover and learn, your ability to handle future challenges strengthens. This resilience builds mental toughness and confidence, making you better equipped to face adversity. In professional fields, many successful people attribute their achievements to setbacks they encountered early on. These experiences forced them to adapt, innovate, and grow, ultimately making their eventual success more meaningful and sustainable. Learning from setbacks also encourages humility. It reminds you that growth is a continuous journey and that no one is immune to mistakes. This humility fosters openness to advice, collaboration, and continuous learning, which are essential for long-term success. Setbacks challenge your problem-solving skills. They compel you to think creatively and find alternative routes to your goals. Patience allows you to explore these options thoroughly instead of giving up when the first approach fails. The process of learning from setbacks strengthens your strategic thinking. It helps you anticipate potential pitfalls and prepare contingency plans. This foresight minimizes the impact of future setbacks and enhances your ability to navigate uncertainty. Setbacks also deepen your appreciation for progress. When you look back and see how far you've come despite challenges, it boosts your motivation and reinforces your commitment to your goals. Finally, embracing setbacks as learning opportunities transforms your mindset from one of fear and avoidance to one of courage and growth. This shift is fundamental to winning smart and achieving lasting success. Winning isn't just about crossing the finish line first or overpowering competition. It's about achieving success in a way that is sustainable, strategic, and thoughtful. Patience is an essential ingredient in this kind of victory because it allows you to act deliberately rather than impulsively, ensuring your success is both meaningful and lasting. Impatience often leads to shortcuts, rushed decisions, or superficial achievements that may crumble under pressure. In contrast, patience encourages you to build a solid foundation for your success. This foundation is built on careful planning, skill development, and thoughtful execution, steps that require time but pay off exponentially. Winning smart means understanding that success is a journey, not a single event. It requires pacing yourself, managing your resources wisely, and maintaining your focus on long-term objectives rather than immediate gratification. Patience helps you stay committed through the ups and downs that inevitably come. The ability to wait for the right opportunity and seize it effectively is a hallmark of smart winners. Rather than forcing outcomes prematurely, they observe, learn, and position themselves strategically. This patience in action means their victories are often more decisive and impactful. Patience also enables you to maintain clarity under pressure. When you are patient, you avoid the panic and rash decisions that can sabotage your efforts. Instead, you stay calm, evaluate your options carefully, and choose the best course of action, qualities that are critical for smart winning. Moreover, winning smart requires emotional control. Victory isn't just about the external success, but also about how you handle the internal challenges, such as stress, doubt, and setbacks. Patience helps regulate these emotions, allowing you to maintain resilience and confidence. Smart winners also know the value of timing. They recognize when to push forward and when to hold back, balancing assertiveness with restraint. This sense of timing only develops through patience and experience, guiding them to make moves that maximize their advantage. Patience fosters adaptability, a crucial trait for winning smart. When circumstances change, patient individuals can reassess and adjust their strategies without frustration or impulsivity. This flexibility keeps them ahead of the competition and ready to capitalize on new opportunities. In teamwork and leadership, patience enhances collaboration and trust. Smart winners build strong relationships by listening, understanding others' perspectives, and waiting for the right moments to inspire action. This patient leadership cultivates loyalty and collective success. Additionally, winning smart involves learning from failures and setbacks. Patience provides the mental space to reflect on these experiences, extract lessons, and integrate improvements into your approach. This cycle of learning is essential for sustained achievement. Patience also guards against complacency. While waiting and reflecting, smart winners remain vigilant, continuously preparing and sharpening their skills. They know that winning once is not enough. They must sustain their edge to stay ahead. Finally, winning smart through patience ensures that your victories align with your values and vision. It's not just about winning fast or easy, but winning in a way that is fulfilling, ethical, and enduring, creating success that you can be truly proud of. In conclusion, patience is not a passive state, but a powerful force that fuels every step toward true success. It teaches us to wait quietly and observe, to prepare thoroughly and strike with precision, and ultimately to win smart by combining strength with wisdom. When we embrace patience, we develop endurance to outlast challenges, resilience to learn from setbacks, and clarity to seize the right moments. Remember, the loudest and fastest are not always the strongest or the wisest. Real power lies in restraint, strategic timing, and unwavering persistence. So let patience be your guide. Wait quietly, strike hard, and win smart. In doing so, you not only achieve your goals, but build a foundation of lasting success and fulfillment that no one can take away. Thank you.